WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Trusted, relevant, locally owned, locally programmed. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 7 o'clock, it's 58 degrees in Milwaukee. Today, increasing cloud coverage and breezy with a chance of showers in the evening with a high of 56. Tonight will be partly cloudy with a low of 47. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Sean Brinda. All clear at Milwaukee City Hall after a hazmat scare. Milwaukee Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky says City Elections Commission received a small piece of mail from an international location, which arrived in bubble wrap envelope just before 9 a.m. Friday morning.
That envelope, upon being opened, appeared to be suspicious in nature, appeared to have some sort of liquid on the contents.
Chief Lipsky says the liquid turned out not to be hazardous and that business is back to normal at City Hall. The investigation is still ongoing. Remembering Milwaukee Alderman Jonathan Brostoff. Brostoff was found dead at Greenfield Park from an apparent suicide last weekend. During his funeral services Friday, his friends focused on what made him special.
What made John so special to me and to many people, he had so many ideas. He would get these visions on what would make the world better, and he would get us all to do them.
Flags are flying at half staff in Brostoff's honor. Brostoff had served as Milwaukee's 3rd District Alderman since 2022 after serving in the Wisconsin Assembly for 7 years. Federal authorities are investigating racist text messages sent to people across the country this week. A young Milwaukee woman tells WTMJ she's among them. 17-year-old Arjoy Perez got a text message on Thursday. It said that she had been selected to, quote, pick cotton.
At this point in my life, I'm kind of expecting it. Like I have little to no hope for the regeneration of this country.
There's a company called Text Now that allows people to create phone numbers for free. It's aware of these messages and says it shut down the accounts of those involved. A middle school student faces one charge of making a terroristic threat in Kenosha. The 13-year-old boy made his initial appearance in court Friday morning after being arrested Thursday. The teen allegedly tried to enter Roosevelt Elementary School around 9 a.m. but was stopped by staff after entering the school's secure vestibule. He claimed to have gone to the school to sell candy, later telling a social worker that he wanted to scare students. The suspect fled after being questioned by staff, who found him nervous and carrying 2 suspicious bags. Detectives found several airsoft replica handguns and a replica rifle after he was arrested at home. Classes were canceled Friday at Roosevelt Elementary School for a previously scheduled staff day. A boat that's been stranded at McKinley Beach for almost a month is still awaiting to be moved. Getting an excavation crew to remove the boat from the beach has proven difficult due to rough waters on Lake Michigan. U.S. Coast Guard Public Affairs Officer Lieutenant Joe Neff tells WTMJ he's reviewed environmental risks from the boat.
Yep. So in cases like this, the Coast Guard gets notified. We speak to the owners. We do our investigation. Just confirm what kind of products are on the boat, how much fuel is on board. In this case, again, he ran out of gas, so the threat of pollution is very minor in this case.
Lieutenant Neff reminds people to keep away from the boat for public safety reasons. Sports, traffic, and weather next. WTMJ Siding Unlimited News Time, 7:03.
This report sponsored by Fox World Travel. Go, Fox, go.
Don't miss Fox World Travel's Black Friday offers available now with exclusive savings from 40, 50, even up to 80% off with partners like Delta Vacations, Globus, and Insight Vacations. Prefer to be pampered at sea? Explore amazing options with Princess, Holland America, and Celebrity. Don't miss out. These huge but limited Black Friday offers are only available with promo code Black Friday. Visit foxworldtravel.com to DIY online or call 866-GO-FOX-GO today.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Rose and Roses Spas, Hot Tubs, Cold Tubs, and Swim Spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park.
And that's the best thing about Capital's Furnace beyond a vacation.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Hey, Merle, what you got? What's this? A screenplay?
Let me see this. Captain Capital, Heat and Air Hero.
That's so awesome, Merle.
Hang on. I've been writing a screenplay like this.
For years.
It's an epic, and it's Capital Man, not Captain Capital. Yes, of course he restores your furnace to like new condition.
Says here, Captain Capital has a deep clean device.
Aha! Capital Man deep cleans your system with his laser beam hands.
What?
I'm developing a sidekick. He always does the comprehensive safety checks. You wrote yourself in as the sidekick?
As long as it gets across how Capital's furnace beyondification saves the day.
And how you want to do it before winter hits.
Well, that's the whole point.
That's what I'm saying.
Then it's great.
Laura, Seth, I need a moment with Merle, please.
Schedule your furnace beyondification today at callcapitalcares.com.
Time for WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The Milwaukee Bucks lost their 7th game of the season against the New York Knicks Friday night, 94-116. And the Green Bay Packers have the week off. Take a look at your roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time-saver traffic. We've got one incident out there, a disabled vehicle on exit to 76 and 84th Street from I-41, 43, 894 East. Other than that, it is pretty clear out there.
Traffic is sponsored by Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee. Milwaukee Mattress, where top quality mattresses are priced hundreds less than premium national mattress brands. Found exclusively at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown Milwaukee.
All right, here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Saturday, we're going to see some increasing cloud coverage today, and it'll be breezy with a chance of showers in the evening. It'll be a high of 56. Sunday will be mostly cloudy and windy with some scattered showers and a high of 58. Monday will be partly cloudy and mild with a high of 60. Tuesday will be mostly sunny with a high of 52. Wednesday will have some scattered showers and a high of 53. Right now in Madison it's 57, in Green Bay it's 56, in Waukesha it's 40 degrees, and in Milwaukee it's 58. I'm Sean Brinda, Sign Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 7:06.
This is The Fix-It Show on WTMJ. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC. When it comes to home repairs, we could all use a guy. Well, we've got the guy, and we've got the show. For all your home improvement questions, we've got answers. This is The Fix-It Show on WTMJ, presented by J&B Construction and Siding Unlimited. Now, here's your host, Dayton Kane and David Nason.
Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us today. And David Nason, thank you
for coming back.
Veterans Day weekend.
Thank you very much.
So Monday is Veterans Day. We celebrate all and thank all who have served in the military. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Want to jumpstart on that.
Personally thank my father for his service as well. In spring we went on the honor flight.
Yeah,
that was amazing. Right. So yes, good way to start the show. Thanks all our veterans.
And welcome back to the studio. Last week, how'd it go?
Went well. Yes, I was out in the Dells at the WAHI, Wisconsin Association of Home Inspectors Fall Seminar. So we had some really good training Friday and Saturday. So glad to be back, but learned a whole lot of stuff.
You're back, and one of our favorite guests in studio, Fawn from
as well.
Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment, and she loves to share the Fix-It Show love, so she always brings a guest with her.
I do.
Good morning. How are you?
Hi, guys. Good.
Good.
How's
Who's
it going?
sitting next to you over here?
This is Justin from the Aaron's Company. So
all right.
He's the new old Joe Pope. So he's one of the big guys in charge. So he'll
Joe
tell us.
Pope moved away on us.
He did. I know. I miss those guys a lot, but we still keep in contact. It was just his birthday the other day, so I said hi to him. And
Happy
his
birthday,
wife.
Joe.
Yeah.
Good morning, Justin. How are you?
Good morning. Great. Thank you.
You got big shoes to fill.
I do. I worked with Joe many of years. I've been with the company for about 13 years, starting inside sales. Moved down to Houston to do a district manager role down there. So he gave me a call and said, "Are you ready to come up here and take care of business?" And of course, being from the Valley and located out of Brillion, as the Aaron's Company is, was excited about the opportunity to come back.
Just lawnmowers in Texas, right?
Our snow thrower business was a little
slow.
On there. Yeah. So
okay.
They could use some salt trucks every once in a while.
Very seldom. Yeah. I think we saw snow 10 years, maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
On there.
Were you there during that big ice storm, though, where everything just got hammered?
It gets shut down, so the interstates will shut down, and generally they can see that coming, so what they'll do is they'll just stop the city, prepare, and generally by noon, everyone's back to work.
So I've lived my whole life in Wisconsin except for 3 years in Missouri, southern Missouri, and I was on the radio down there at the time, and the day before they were predicting a half an inch of snow, and everybody said, everything's canceled tomorrow. I'm like, what?
Into the world,
For a prediction of a half an inch of snow. I was like, wow, this is crazy to me.
It's starting to get a little crazy here.
It's because we're not getting as much snow, so they're trying to use days at this point, I think. So anyway, on that note,
Are you selling snowblowers?
I still have not packed up my lawnmower. I'm still dealing with leaves. Still dealing with leaves.
Yep.
Still been warm enough that the grass is growing a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
So we're in that middle phase, right?
Well, middle. I mean, this year has been crazy. Mark Baden said last night, this is going to be the warmest year in history.
I can believe that.
You know, it's by almost a full degree.
Is it going to continue is the question, though. That's where we're at. When I say middle, like
unless
are we going
the
to switch?
second half of November crashes and December is a freezer, that we're going to be warmer than.
Well, let's hope
ever.
that doesn't happen.
Yeah,
I'll take warmer when I can get it.
I'm good with it.
So
keep cutting your grass.
Tell people what Olson's All covers so that we can get this show kick-started properly.
So Olson's Outdoor Power, it's located in Muskego, is a full-service center. So we sell the amazing Aaron's Gravely products. So we've got the Gravely Zero Turns on our floor, as well as, and you know me, snowblowers. That's not my favorite four-letter word. But yeah, I mean, and they've got a super line of snowblowers from your single-stage residential, the single-stage commercial units, which our guys love because the way the handles are contoured. The guys, it's easy to pick up, pull up in the trucks, things like that. And a lot of residential people are buying those because of the construction. They don't have electric start because I tell people, well, we're going to plug it into your truck. But they're really good.
You could.
Yeah, you could.
Nowadays.
Yeah. But they're two-stage. I mean, they're called the king of snow for a reason. I mean, they've been building them for over 90 years. The construction of them, you can stand on the drum. Try that on your box store, Chinese, whatever they're called. And you'll actually see the metal flex. This metal is bent, powder-coated, painted, welded up at the Aaron's company, as Justin can verify. It's really an amazing facility. I was lucky enough a couple of years ago, was up there for a summit meeting and went through the tour and saw the production of how these things are painted, and the pulleys they use on their zero turns are actually made at the Aaron's company. They have their own division. It was really wild watching them take this piece of metal and form it into a pulley.
Sure.
So yeah, they do everything in-house and they do it well. So that's why they are the leader in products.
It helps with supply chain issues.
It does. Well, and
you're making your own stuff.
Yeah, and you've got the work ethic of us here in the Midwest, Wisconsin. Right. I mean, my cousins that started business down in Arizona, they're like, oh my God, somebody from Wisconsin, let's hire them right away because we have work ethics. And it's generation after generation. And, Dan Aarons has boomed that brilliant area with his family, just opening the plants and building what he did, from a daycare to a Nordic training center to, places that the public can go to. The Aarons Museum, if you ever get a chance, go to that. It's really, really cool to see how, old man Aarons invented the tiller here in Wisconsin. So for their farmers. So yeah, it's a really awesome
not
company.
on my route to get anywhere.
Oh,
I might have to make it.
Take the time and go. It's really cool.
Right.
And the
Well,
people
Justin,
up
I
there
was
are
going to
cool.
have you talk about Aaron's, but you can go home now.
We're
Thanks
done.
for
Yeah,
being
mic
here.
drop.
No, Joe used to say, hey, you guys got to come up for a tour, and then he moved away.
Yeah.
So now we need to set it up with you and come up there and do a little tour of the place so we know what she's talking about. It sounds fantastic. So you heard about Aaron's, you heard about Olson's, everything outdoor power equipment. That's what we're talking about this hour. If you have questions on what to do this time of year with your different equipment, now's the time to call. 855-616-1620 is the WTMJ talk and text line. It is the Fix It Show, and this is WTMJ.
Hey, John Mercure here for Guthrie & Fry Water Conditioning. I've got their water softener. I've got an RO system from Guthrie & Fry. That means the water coming into my house is filtered. It's crisp, clean, clear. Better water makes a big difference. Guthrie & Fry. Quality products and services at a fair price from a local company you can trust. Guthrie & Fry protects the water in my house. They deliver the salt. Sue and Rob, owners, very generous. And on top of it, they'll treat your family like their family. Southeast Wisconsin's #1 choice is Guthrie & Fry.
Better water makes a big difference. Guthrie & Fry.
It was bound to happen. Over your career, investments came along for the ride. The first 401k, brokerage account, profit sharing, employee stock options, pension, another 401k, an insurance policy, an annuity, another 401k. You get the picture. Years went by, the collection grew. At Annex Wealth Management, we believe every portfolio tells a story. After all, we've seen, reviewed, dissected, discussed, and analyzed thousands of them. Some portfolios are like well-tended gardens and reflect diligence, patience, fortitude, and optimism. Others tell the story being sold commission products that might not have been the best choice, maybe for the salesperson, but not for the investor. When the financial planning team at Annex reviews your portfolio, we spot what works and what might not, and then provide unbiased suggestions based on what's important, the retirement you desire. That's where the good stuff happens. That's our story. Every portfolio tells the story. Let's work on yours. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Head to AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button. That's AnnexWealth.com.
Call quality for the signature service you deserve.
For 60 years, we've been known as Quality Heating, offering the highest levels of HVAC expertise. But when I took over for Greg, I saw the potential to add services for all your home needs. We do heating and cooling so well, I figured, why not offer new trades to give all-around home service to our customers? So along with heating and cooling, we now offer top-flight plumbing and electric services. There's no subs here, and we all work under the quality code of taking pride in the Midwestern work ethic, and more importantly, Midwestern morals. You know, much of our trade has gone corporate with private equities, but we remain a family-owned company. This is Anthony Zanevsky with Quality, offering heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric. For the signature service you deserve, call Quality.
Call quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality, now offering heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
When you work with us, you'll know what you're going to get. And most importantly, you'll know exactly what you're going to pay us to list and sell your home. Talk to any Benefit Realty agent and ask about our commission. You will always get the same answer. You may find that others aren't ready to be as straightforward as we are right off the bat. They may try to meet with you first, and from there, you'll probably have to haggle your commission. And if you're lucky, you might be able to get them to reduce their commission to what we charge. But who wants that? Benefit Realty is going to make this easy for you with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission, and we even one-up it from there. We cap our commission so that no matter what size property you're selling for the listing side of your sale, your savings will be substantial. And if you're selling a luxury portfolio kind of home, substantial is an understatement. And finally, if you're not happy at any time with the service you're getting, we won't hold you to the term of your contract. This is Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where you pay less for full service. Benefit-realty.com.
The Fix-It Show with Dayton Kane and David Nason on WTMJ.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Partly cloudy with a chance of showers tonight. A high of 56 today. It's 46 and partly sunny in Milwaukee. Dayton Kane, David Nason, Fawn from Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment, Justin from Aaron's Gravely. We're here to answer all your questions about what's going on with your equipment outside as we're heading into winter, fall into winter. So, first of all, I haven't thanked you for your advice. Last time you were on the show, I was able to fix my own lawn tractor. It was just a spring that was disconnected.
Show, so.
It wasn't even broken, just disconnected. I must have hit a stick and it must have popped it off.
Governor spring. Yep.
Within 15 minutes, dropped the deck, pulled it out, hooked it up, put it back in.
See?
Governor
There
spring.
you go.
Is there a
No.
president spring on your lawnmower? Just a governor?
Governor.
No, his was
Governor
a deck
Senator?
spring. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was what would engage the blades.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Off the
but
PTO
now
branch.
I can mow my lawn again.
Good.
Thanks to you.
See?
But
Glad I
that's
helped.
when you call in and you ask questions.
Right.
You might be able to fix it yourself.
Yeah.
But if not, you guys are in Muskego.
In Muskego, yep.
And you
basically.
do pick up within a certain radius.
Right. I mean, we do Greenfield, Greendale, Franklin. Then we go southwest. So we're down in Mugwanago, East Troy, things like that, Burlington, Waterford, Wind Lake. So I know we get a lot of people because it's been so sad. There's 2 more dealers that just closed. Yeah, Will's Lawn and Garden just closed a couple weeks ago, and Pethke down by the airport. So it's hard for especially the Pethke people because that's your Milwaukee, Oak Creek,
South
St. Francis,
Milwaukee.
right?
Yeah,
And we
south
don't
side.
we don't go that far,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But we've been getting a lot of people come in or calling, and we try to help you on the phone as much as we can. We're pretty good troubleshooters. I know people, do you work in the back? I'm like, oh, I don't like grease under my fingers. No, absolutely not.
But people can definitely bring their stuff in from wherever they live.
Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, we're taking snow blowers, which has been a really good since August. Believe it or not, it's been pretty much snow blowers, but lots of zero turns, lots of tractors. People, they buy them from the box store, but then they're like, well, who fixes them? So Well, go to Olson's. And then we do. So, yeah, right now we're about a week and a half on tractors. And right now we're saying about 2 weeks on snow blowers. I mean, the guys are going pretty quick in the back on it, but sooner than later, people.
Yeah. I got mine running last week.
I did. I got mine after the last time you were on. I fired it up just to make sure it was working.
So
all went well.
Actually, I bought I have a Toro. I bought the new
paddles,
and the scraper in the spring, and I thought I'm going to put them on in the summer when it's still warm and my fingers aren't frozen. I'm ready to go.
So now, though, we're at that point where we're still dealing with leaves.
Yes.
We shouldn't leave the leaves on our lawn. We need to get that off of there.
Yes.
So my question is, when I rake up these leaves or bag up these leaves, I put them in plastic garbage bags and I stack them next to my house for insulation, right? Isn't that what I'm supposed to do? All along my house, around my house, stacked up 3-4 high to insulate my house. That's a good idea, right?
No.
No?
Is the house on a crawl space? You know?
No, just a regular basement.
Because years ago, and I still see it every once in a while, farmers, old farmhouses, they would stack bales of hay around their house, around the foundation, because an old farmhouse foundation just wasn't insulated very well. So it just keeps the snow away.
What's the damage of people stacking stuff against the outside of their house? Because this is obviously an example I saw somebody had done. I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, moisture and pests.
Yeah.
So you're creating a nice, cozy little place for all kinds of animals to live right alongside your house, and you don't let the house dry out, whatever type of siding or anything is on the house.
Because that water's still running down the siding behind that garbage bag that you've got stacked against your house, or anything that you have stacked up against your house. So don't do that.
You shouldn't have anything stacked against your house. You shouldn't have any vegetation against your house. Don't blow the grass up against your house. If you're mowing. Although, I think we talked about this last time. There's not too many mowers anymore with side discharge.
No, not the walk-behinds.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if it was because of that one young man that got shot out with a piece
and you know
of
what?
metal.
Ever since that, when I'm driving around, and if I'm driving and I see somebody on their lawnmower or something, a tractor, and I see a side discharge, I'm always kind of waiting almost, is something going to hit my car?
Right. Oh, yeah,
absolutely. If they're pointed towards the street.
Yeah, I mean, that kid that got hit on that playground a couple years ago, I mean, they were cutting the medians, and it propelled out, or a piece of metal it was, I think, or something. But anyhow, on the playground, that piece of metal went into that playground and hit that little guy in the head, and to this day, he's not good, 100%, I should say, like that. So, yeah, I mean, you got to be very careful with discharging, just you have to be careful with mulching.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, mulch kits. I don't like mulch kits. I mean, we're like, oh, you really want to think about that? For the leaves, they're fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they'll grind up the leaves, and you really want to grind up the leaves.
And
like
just leaves, not branches. You should go around and pick up branches before you.
Absolutely, because then we've had so many people, I just put a new deck belt on, and my deck belt broke. I'm like, let me guess, there's a branch that's in there. Yeah. You got to pick up these, I mean, bigger, not little tiny twigs, but anything bigger than your pinky.
Right.
Pick them up because, I mean, you're gonna make damage to your equipment.
Yeah. Throw them in your fire pit or your burn pile or something.
Right. Or put them for, if you've got a recycling pickup or stuff like that, you can do that. But
great little kindling because they're usually dead. So they dry.
Yeah. Yep.
They all go in the fire pit. All right, we do need to take a break. When we come back, we'd love to hear from you. 855-616-1620, the WTMJ talk and text line. Fawn from Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment, Justin from Aaron's Gravely. We can answer all kinds of questions for you on the Fix It Show. It's WTMJ.
Ben, are you okay?
I'm fine, Nicole. Ben had an idea to promote the Avery Bedroom Collection from Penny Mustard.
The Avery bedroom is gorgeous.
Sure is.
If the Avery bedroom was a lady, she'd have an hourglass figure.
Well, to accentuate the curves of the Avery bedroom, Ben is wearing...
Don't say it.
A girdle.
Are you in pain?
Not anymore. I lost feeling in my legs a couple hours ago. The Avery Bedroom Collection, starting at $53.80 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scafidi for Universal Windows Direct. Now is the perfect time to upgrade your windows. Imagine waking up on a crisp winter morning. Your home's perfectly warm. Your heating system isn't working overtime. That's what Universal Windows Direct can do for you. Plus, their energy-efficient windows can help you save up to 40% on your heating bills. For every 2 windows you buy, get 2 free, plus 0% financing for 60 months. Call 414-410-2000. Schedule your free in-home estimate today. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to UWD.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here, along with producer of Wisconsin's Morning News, Greg Pancake Hill.
Join us as we kick off the Trivia Showdown competition where you can play trivia against or with your favorite WTMJ personalities like us.
We'll be at Cafe Hollander in Wauwatosa Wednesday, November 13th, kicking off the Capco Kids to Kids Toy Drive.
Trivia starts at 7. We will see you at Cafe Hollander in Tosa Wednesday, November 13th, presented by Quizmaster Trivia.
Rake in a big win this November at Potawatomi. Go head-to-head in the Cash Clash game show for your share of $300,000 in cash and prizes. Just play with your rewards card for entries. Prize drawings on Thursdays. The Cash Clash game show at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Your win is waiting. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Did your home suffer damage from a storm or severe weather? Don't stress any longer. Loyal Family Renovations treats all of its customers like they've joined their personal family, and every project as if the work was being done at their own house. Loyal Family Renovations has a leg up on the competition due to the personal relationships they've built with insurance adjusters over the years. Loyal Family is family-owned, and the loyalty belongs to their customers. Contact them today to get your free home inspection. LoyalFamilyRenovations.com.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, memory care issues. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. I've been in their places. I love how they deal with people. It's about compassion and empathy at Azura. Kindness is at their core. 14 locations from the Mississippi to Lake Michigan, 4 here in the Milwaukee area. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. It's about kindness and care. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
WTMJ's The Fix-It Show with David Nason and Dayton Kane.
Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. Fall festivals and Oktoberfest turning over to winter holiday markets, and we're turning our lawnmowers into
setting up
snow blowers
in the Village Green in Oconomowoc already for the Thanksgiving German festival.
Nice.
I mean, that's 3 weeks away.
It is
almost
crazy.
Yeah.
Fawn from Olson's Outdoor Power on with us. Justin from Aaron's Gravely. Let's talk a little bit about Aaron's and some Gravely specials that you guys have going on. Any promotions coming up?
Yes, sir. This week we'll actually be kicking off our preseason snow thrower promotion. So we will be extending the warranty of the snow thrower with a purchase and an accessory of added on. So, for example, a maintenance kit or some hand warmers. You make that purchase alongside your snow thrower. We will extend the warranty from industry-leading 3 years to actually a 5-year warranty going forward on that. So it's a great promotion that we do on there. We really encourage that maintenance and getting those items ahead of time. So with the promotion, it's kind of a win-win on there, and it's a great value with it. So
did he say maintenance?
Yes.
Did he say maintenance?
Yes.
So I buy my snow thrower or my lawnmower or whatever it is, and I maintain it. It lasts longer, right?
Oh,
so what
absolutely.
are some simple things we should do in the next couple days here as we're looking at swapping things in and out?
Well, first of all, you start your snowblower. Don't wait until. So right now, the oil is thin, so it's not like molasses when it gets so cold out.
Check your oil.
Check your oil, right? Absolutely. Check your oil before you start it. Yeah, make sure it's clean and clear. If
there's some in there.
Oh, that's a good. You don't know how many we've had already come in that they're gone. They're boat anchors because they started them and there was no oil in them.
Clanging sound.
And and now my recoil won't pull out anymore. It's like you kind of froze it up. So check your oil first. Number one. Then get it started, and then also check your scraper bar and your skid shoes on the side, because if they're worn down and it starts wearing into your scraper bar and then goes into the drum, you now have an expensive repair where it would have cost you, $35 to put new shoes on it or flip them upside down. A lot of them are reversible nowadays. You now have got a $400 repair. So
we have the text we always get when we start talking about this. Should gas tank be emptied, put away for the season, or put stabilizer in and leave tank full, shut off gasoline first?
Do not leave it empty. The ethanol dries out your gaskets inside your carburetor, your bowl gaskets, another thing. The new Farm and Fleet or Fleet Farm, whatever they want to call it.
Farm and Fleet.
Is that Farm and Fleet down there? Okay.
Yeah, it's
all
different.
the same. Oh, I know, but to me it's all the same.
It's the orange one. It's the orange one, so it's Fleet
at
Farm.
The one in Muskego
Right.
on the corner of Racine Avenue, Highway Y, and College now carries at the gas pump. It's a blue label, 89 octane, non-ethanol gas.
So does Oconomowoc Fleet Farm.
They do perfect.
Right off the freeway.
Yep. Get it, put about half a tank in there, start it up, get that gas into the carburetor. And then if you're going to put it away, either use Optimizer Max that we sell, or the next thing we like is Seafoam. But yeah, don't leave it empty and don't use that red crap.
All right. We do need to go over the WTMJ Breaking News Center, but we'd love to hear from you. 855-616-1620. Let's say hi to Sean. Brenda, good morning, Sean.
Good morning. How are you? Good. All right. A man arrested for allegedly beating a Milwaukee public schools teacher made his first appearance in court Friday morning. Eddie Caldwell faces felony and battery and disorderly conduct charges for allegedly assaulting a public school teacher at Bruce Elementary School on October 29th. Bail has been set at $500. Caldwell will be back in court again on November 25th. And the city of Milwaukee's 2025 budget is now set at almost $2 billion. The Common Council unanimously adopted 25 amendments to the proposed budget Friday, which includes funding for healthy food resources, high-impact paving and traffic calming measures, and a down payment assistance for home buyers. The budget now heads to Mayor Cavalier Johnson, who has until November 19th to sign the budget for any vetoes. Take a look at your roads from WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic. If you look at that, there's no traffic out there right now, so you are good to go, Milwaukee.
Traffic is sponsored by St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores.
St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores. Highway 100 and Layton Avenue in Greenfield. 23rd and Lincoln and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee. Great bargains and a great cause. You're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Saturday, we're going to see some increasing cloud coverage, and it'll be breezy with a chance of showers towards the evening with a high of 56. Sunday will be mostly cloudy and windy with scattered showers and a high of 58. Monday will be partly cloudy and mild with a high of 60. Tuesday will be mostly sunny with a high of 52. And Wednesday, we'll see some scattered showers with a high of 54. In Appleton, it's 56, and in Kenosha, it's 40. And in Milwaukee, it's 58. I'm Sean Brenda, WTMJ Siding Unlimited News Time, 7:32.
Well, now that the time is right and you're ready to make it happen, I can tell you this. We've installed hundreds of all-glass shower enclosures, and the one thing customers like best about them is that they have virtually no framework, and that's a positive on a number of levels. First off, the less framework you have, the easier your cleanup is going to be. And secondly, when you have virtually no framework on your all-glass shower enclosure, not only does the glass show well, but it also allows for the beautiful tile work that a lot of folks are having done these days to be a real aesthetic focal point. And when we install your all-glass shower enclosure with nearly maintenance-free shower guard glass, you're going to be cleaning it less and enjoying it a whole lot more. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Do you have the greatest possible fire protection?
Fire sprinklers protect lives and property in your building.
Are you ensuring that your fire sprinkler system is receiving the proper care that it requires?
Just like the other systems within your building, it is essential that the fire sprinkler system be inspected, tested, and maintained.
Protect your investment and, most importantly, occupants and firefighters by incorporating a regular ITM program in your building.
For more information, visit nfsa.org.
That's nfsa.org.
Swing into action to experience Sweetgrass and Sage Run in 2025. The Island Resort and Casino Stay and Play packages are a hole-in-one. By blending award-winning golf with exceptional amenities, we've become the premier resort destination in the Midwest. But don't wait. These popular packages fill up fast. To book your 2025 golf getaway and secure your spot on the green, visit islandresortgolf.com today.
More of your questions next. It's the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
All right.
Good morning to you, Dayton King. David Nason here with Fawn from Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment and Justin from Aaron's Gravely, right out of Brillion, making great equipment for us to use here in Wisconsin. I love it. We would love to hear from you. 855-616-1620 is the WTMJ talk and text line. Let's go to Scott in Brookfield. Good morning, Scott. What's your question?
Yeah, I have a Gravely ZTX 42, and especially in the spring and early summer when we're getting a lot of rain and the grass gets really long, I always try to mow at 4 1/4 inches or 4 inches, so keep it healthy. But what I ran into last year and this year was if I use the chute that comes with the ZTX 42, it just aims everything down and then it clumps the grass as I go in, as I do the rows. So there's no way that spring keeps open. I went and bought a grass catcher, put that on and had it installed and use it. And then the problem I find with that is the grass clippings always get caught in that little plastic chute and never makes it. And sometimes I don't notice it right away, and I've gone through 2 belts now, and I'm kind of getting frustrated using that. So I guess the question is, how do I keep the grass from growing in? And do they make the little plastic piece that directs the grass? Do they make one that keeps it a little higher so it doesn't aim it right towards the ground?
Yeah, no, it's aimed towards the ground for safety reasons, because if you would have the chute upward, you would actually propel items into your neighbor's windows and things like that. And people, yeah. Always make sure that
I heard the comment earlier.
Yeah, yep. Make sure your blades are sharpened. We find that a lot, and underneath your deck is cleaned out, because if you don't have it cleaned out, the way that the Aaron's company and other manufacturers, Aaron's especially, they actually do a wind test inside the decks at their testing station, so the airflow of the grass that's getting cut and then propelled out. And if you've got a bagger that you put on there, what size deck do you have?
It's a 42-inch.
Okay. All right. So a lot of 42 inches, the way they're designed, might need the turbo system. Some of them don't, but a lot of times do less cutting. So do smaller swipes so that you've got the airflow so that your grass doesn't get clogged up into the tube.
And a higher deck.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes if it's too high, you'll have a problem as well.
Oh.
So you might want to try it at like 3 3/4 as opposed to 4, and you might find out you have a better cut at that height as well, which is still a really good height for a plush lawn.
Did he say if he was using the power assist
most of
or
the
not?
time
I'm sorry, what?
Did he say if he was using the power assist or not?
They didn't have those on the
Didn't have
42.
the 42.
Yeah, no, certain ones didn't have it. Like the new ones now, you got the option of with or without, which is really nice, because I always tell people, try it without. And if you have a problem with 42-inch decks, like 48s and bigger, you almost have to have that turbo, because you're shoving 48 inches of grass into a 6-inch tube.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
so if you cut a little bit less, you might have a better cut on your lawn as well.
Oh, and here's when I run into the problem is when the grass is real long. Like if I'm out of town for work for a week and a half and I come back and it's super long and then I got to cut it, and I'll cut it at the highest height just because I don't want to cut it real short when it's like that on a long grass. And I do have it. It has a belt that drives like a little thing that's supposed to propel it.
Okay, so you have a
into the
turbo.
bags.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, but that doesn't seem to propel it. It always gets stuck like at the top of that bend, and then it doesn't get in there. And it's just kind of frustrating because, I think, then I go and open up and it's like, the bags are only a quarter full, but yet it's clogged up.
So you can try this.
That's
There's
when
a
I'm
product.
running into the problem.
They have a product called Snowjet.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, I use that for my snowblower,
So
yeah.
try it on the inside of your tube where it gets stuck.
Okay.
I just had a gentleman had a problem with a walk-behind lawnmower, and he tried everything. So I'm like, here, I'm going to give you this little can we got as a sample. Try it. Spray it on. Make sure you let it dry. He has not had a problem of clogging since I gave him that Snowjet. That stuff is amazing.
I bought a can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it is. I use it in the winter. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
try
a good idea.
it on the
Thank
tube
you.
once.
The other thing, Scott, is just get a different job and don't leave for a week and a half.
Yeah.
That would be another solution.
Sounds like it's time to hire a neighbor kid. Cut your grass.
All right. Thank you for calling,
Thanks,
Scott.
Tom.
We appreciate you listening.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend. 855-616-1620. That's the WTMJ talk and text line. Let's go over to Dana in New Berlin. Good morning. What's your question?
Good morning. All summer I watched the wasps from my kitchen window go up into the soffit above the window,
Right.
and millions of them went in there. And we went to look and see if we could pop that soffit out and take out the nest that I'm sure is there, but we couldn't. It's all nailed in. Is that a problem leaving it? Because I don't mind if the wasps have a place to go during the summer that isn't on my patio.
Well, it can
isn't on my
become
patio, yeah.
It can become a problem. Right now, the nests,
Okay.
they're dormant, and so the nest is just in
Right.
there and everything. But the problem would be is if they can find a spot or a way to get into the wall or
In
into
their
your
house,
attic and
yeah.
things. So, I like a company out of Slinger called Advanced Wildlife and Pest Control. They deal with all kinds of pests that they can maybe help seal up the place where they're getting in and prevent that from happening, and then remove any nests or anything and kind of evaluate if it's become a real big problem.
I don't know if it's because it
Okay,
was such a wet spring, but so many people had wasp and bee issues this year that normally
Right.
didn't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
Okay, but would it be okay to take the soffit out ourselves, pull it down ourselves and inspect what's going on?
you can try, and if it's typically aluminum, is it? Do you know if it's aluminum?
Yeah.
Yeah, just be
Yes.
careful. If you can pull the little nails, try to pull the nails. If you just try pulling on it and bending it, most likely you're going to kink something.
Yeah.
And then once
Right.
it's bent, it won't look that good, and it's kind of hard to put back together. But if you can pull some nails and get things loose, those pieces should
Okay.
come right out.
Okay. All right. Terrific.
All right.
Thank you.
thanks.
bet.
Have a great
Thanks for the
weekend.
call.
855-616-1620. That's the WTMJ talk and text line. OlsonsPower.com, right?
Yep.
OlsonsPower.com. It's
S-O-N.
O.
Yep, great
N.
website for looking up your model number. We always tell people if you're coming into us, please bring your model number. Don't tell me you've got a red tractor because I have no clue. Bring that in, but you can also go on our website, go under parts, go under whatever manufacturer you have, pop in that model number, and then we pay for the schematics to go onto that website so you can look at your parts and, that's supposed to be over here and not over there.
All right,
yeah, check it out.
Justin. So Aaron's is starting their fall promotion this week coming up here. What's the website people can go to check that out eventually?
You can go to aarons.com. That's ARIENS.com. We'll have the information under the promotions on there. You'll be able to drop in there and be able to find the details. Or, again, encourage you to go to Olson's, and they can help you make that decision and get you prepared.
All right, we'll be right back. Thanks for listening to the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
The kick is up and wide left.
Why don't they customize the goalposts? Make them wider.
Gina Della from Pella, how'd you get into the booth?
And why just yellow? Add some green stripes.
Sure, Gina. Should they also remove the G at midfield and paint a Pella crest?
Okay, Wayne, you can't customize a football game to go the way you want, but Pella can customize your home the way you want.
Right now, get 0% interest for 60 months.
Visit PellaWI.com.
Hold your appointment on or before November 8th. Certain restrictions apply.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes senior living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from Three Pillars resident Doris.
I came to visit, and it just felt very comfortable. It's a large campus. There's a lot of green areas. There's lots of trails that are going through it that you can walk. You can use your walker or rolly on it. They bought a bunch of trikes, and I want to try one of those three-wheelers and get it out on one of those walking paths. And for me, it's home with wonderful people.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
What can happen if you don't have an estate plan?
Your assets may not go to your intended heirs.
Dan Kraus from Kraus Estate Planning and Elder Law Center.
If you're in a second marriage, are you sure that your spouse and your children aren't going to fight over your stuff after you're gone? Loved ones could face financial hardship. The courts may decide on guardianship for your children. You may leave behind nothing because of nursing expenses. I've seen all of these things happen. Don't let them happen to your family.
Contact Kraus Estate Planning and Elder Law Center at estateplanningpeople.com.
Looking for a fun family activity to get into the holiday spirit?
Visit or volunteer for Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive in Grafton on Saturday, December 7th. The event is free and we will have lots of fun activities. Capco is dedicated to bring communities together and has collected over 300,000 toys through Kids to Kids. Join us and WTMJ for a celebration of giving and bring a new unwrapped toy to help children in need this holiday season. Support Kids to Kids. Visit kidstokidstoydrive.com.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, cold tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park.
When it's time for an Aaron's snowblower, buying local is important. Purchasing from Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment means you're well taken care of after the sale. The Olson's knowledgeable staff handles the warranty and parts, can answer all of your questions. You could even call in this morning and get some answered. And it's available to do tune-ups and repairs. Check out the impressive line of Aaron's snowblowers on display at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment showroom in Muskego. Aaron's is offering an instant in-store rebate and 2-year extended warranty. That's Olson's Power Equipment in Muskego.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. Numbness, tingling in the hands, arms, legs, feet. Time to go see Dr. Alex Young and my team at Connect Chiropractic. Regular chiropractic care can bring life-changing results for folks who suffer from neuropathy and fibromyalgia, nervous system issues that can be corrected. And no worries about twisting, cracking, or popping. The docs at Connect Chiro use all the same method, a special tool that is pain-free and effective for your adjustments. Visit them in Delafield and Wauwatosa or get started online at goconnectchiro.com.
Need advice? Call 855-616-1620. Our expert home inspector is here to help. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Thank you for joining us. Partly cloudy with a chance of showers tonight, a high of 56 today. It is 47 in Milwaukee. Going to be busy downtown. Bucks Celtics play at Fiserv at 2:30. Admirals Wolves at Panther Arena at 6 o'clock tonight. So some things going on downtown as you head that way. We have Fawn from Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment on with us. Justin from Aaron's Gravely on, answering your calls and texts at 855-616-1620. Let's go over to Clint in Watertown. Good morning, Clint. What's your question?
Morning. Hey, I don't have a question. I maybe got an answer.
Okay.
So those discharge chutes on mowers, that, it's so you're not supposed to throw things out real far or whatever, but also if you hold that up in the air, all that debris is flying around and it sucks it into the cooling system of the motor.
Yep.
And it gets it dirty, so it's not good to hold those up.
Right, exactly. And then, they're designed for a reason. People got to realize that your lawn equipment, snow equipment, it's all air cooled. It's not water cooled like our cars. So yeah, by throwing that stuff up, you're right. It's going to go into your engine or your cooling fans and stuff like that, and then you're going to end up having problems. So they're designed that way for a reason. So good point.
Right.
Yeah.
And another thing is, when I was in school to get certified, they taught us how to set up new mowers and make sure your tire pressure is correct and level your riding lawnmower deck from side to side level.
Yep.
And you drop the front of the deck a quarter of an inch.
Correct.
And then when you sit on it, it might drop it a little bit in the back, but you're still mowing level, but you're only mowing with half the blade, so it cuts, discharges, and then the back of the blade creates wind.
Correct.
And so you get a lot better bagging and a lot better discharge and a lot more power because you're only cutting with half the blade.
Right.
And that's a misconception that most people don't really know, and they feel they're having troubles with their mower, and it's that their deck is not set up correct.
That is correct. Yep. If it drops too much or is up too high, yep, that is a good point. Yeah, and taking
Sounds like
small.
Clint knows what he's talking
Yep,
about.
Yeah,
small
Clint-
slices. Yeah, just like you do in your snowblowers. Your first pass will be your whole drum, and then after that, depending on the type of snow we have, light and fluffy, yeah, you can take more as a bite as compared to your wet heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Good call.
All right. Thanks very much, Clint.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Muskego guy here. This is a text. I'd like to give a shout out to Olson's. Over the years, I've bought all of my outdoor equipment from them. Recently needed a part for my well-used steel chainsaw that I no longer knew what the model was. Olson's had the records, ordered the part, and I was going strong in a couple of days. Thanks, Olson's.
You're very welcome, and thanks for being a good customer.
Nice testimonial there. That's what happens when you work local, right? You go to a big box store. Good luck anybody knowing where anything is that you purchased.
They had you
I was at a big box store there, and I asked the guy a question. He's like, I've only been here 2 weeks. So I'm not.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay.
Well, we have
no problem.
mechanics that set up the equipment. Not knocking the kids, but I mean, our guys know how to set them up. That's what we do for a living.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we know when that, Aaron Snowblower comes in, they know how to put the handles, the cable.
Yeah.
I mean, people think they come in a box and they just put them out into the showroom. They have to put the chutes on, the handles on it, the cables on it. You make sure that there's gas, make sure that there's oil, it's leveled,
So that 1/4 inch that he's talking about tipped to the front, is that
That's
true?
standard.
Is that true for walk-behinds too?
No.
Is that just riding?
Just riding. Yeah.
Because you're sitting usually in the back, and that kind of levels it out.
Correct.
Although what he said is you're tipping that interesting. You're tipping it forward a little bit, so you're cutting a little on the front pass, and in the back pass, it's up a little higher.
Just a tad. Yeah,
Okay.
It's not much, but it's the way those decks are designed.
Sure.
That's actually the design process is to have them down, because what it does is it creates an airflow and it sucks up your grass so the blades can cut them.
Okay.
So that's how those are designed.
So just a riding lawnmower.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep,
You learn
not a
something new
walk-behind.
every day, don't you, David?
Absolutely.
That's what this show is all about. The Fix It Show is here for you. OlsonsPower.com is a website. We have to take our final break. One segment left, so if you have questions, now's the time to get them in. 855-616-1620. That connects you to The Fix It Show on WTMJ.
Think you're smarter than the people you hear on the radio? Well, time to prove it with our Trivia Showdown. Brought to you by Quizmaster. Go head-to-head with WTMJ personalities in trivia competition. Check WTMJ.com or text trivia to the WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620 for a list of dates and locations of our next Trivia Showdown. Benefiting Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive. Only here on WTMJ.
Eric Brown and his crew from Siding Unlimited can fix whatever's wrong with the outside of your house. How do you know what's wrong with it? Well, look for these trouble signs. On your windows, paint peeling, wood rot or damage from condensation? How well do they operate? Got mold on the storm windows? Siding have any dents, holes, or chips, paint, or color issues? Is the caulking cracked? How's the flashing? Roof look okay? How about your doors? Decks are another place for critical inspection. Maybe you'd just like to have a new one. Eric is a regular here on the Fix It Show. You regular listeners are aware of his expertise. He's president of Siding Unlimited, but that's not a desk job. He's out there working with the crews, inspecting people's structure problems and fixing them. Siding Unlimited will fix yours too. Make a note to contact Siding Unlimited online at sidingunlimited.com or see Siding Unlimited's unique outside-in showroom near Gerke's Corners in Brookfield.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
Where the heck is everybody?
Beg your pardon?
I'm at your store and...
Yes?
Nobody's here.
That's because Hasselus mattress showrooms are employee-free. Take your time and test our selection of Beauty Rest, Sealy Posturepedic, Serta Perfect Sleeper, and more without commission-crazy salespeople breathing down your neck.
Yeah, sure, you say that, but come on.
What?
Where the heck is everybody?
Hasselus really is employee-free.
Okay.
So we can sell mattresses for way less, like the Beauty Sleep by Beauty Rest Elm Cove Bee Queen. Others sell it for $12.99, but Hasselus has it for $8.42. Plus, check out our super low pricing on Sealy Posturepedic, Serta Perfect Sleeper, and more.
Yes, but...
And through Monday, get an extra $248 credit just for shopping local.
Well, that's great, but I just have one question.
What's that?
Where the heck is everybody?
Open 9 to 9. Find an honest-to-goodness, employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com. Hasselus, employee-free since 2014.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious accident? It's free. Yes, free, as in it won't cost you anything to speak with us. There's never a fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
So if you're selling a $2 million home and you found yourself what you thought was a pretty good deal on your real estate commission, at say about 3.6%, you'd pay $72,000 in real estate commission. Not bad, right? while your Benefit Realty agent will charge you no more than $19,000 no matter what size property you're selling for the listing side of your sale. And it all comes with the full service you'd expect from an experienced real estate brokerage. This is Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where you pay less for full service. Benefit-realty.com. We've saved our clients over $19 million in real estate commission. Now, I say this because that's a pretty big number, but I also bring it up because it's always been cool for us to save our clients money. It's not about being the top volume agency. Over here, it's more about you. And at 1.9% commission with a cap on our commission for the listing side of your sale, no matter what size property you're selling, you will save substantially. This is Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where you pay less for full service. Benefit-realty.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. David Nason and Dayton Kane. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Sponsored every week by Siding Unlimited and J&B Construction. On with us this hour, and we always are glad to have her in the studio.
Yes.
Fawn from Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment, and she brought a guest, Justin from Aaron's Gravely, in with us as well, answering your questions at 855-616-1620. We talked about it twice already, but one more time, as we're putting away the lawnmower, what are we doing to it as we winterize it?
Do not put it away empty. Go to Farm and Fleet, like I said, in Muskego.
Fleet Farm.
You know, okay,
Fleet
whatever.
Farm. It's the orange one. There's a difference.
I know there is. They're all the same to me, like
Fleet.
you said.
The orange. The orange one.
The orange. Okay, go to the orange one. Go to wherever, get a can non-ethanol gas, but put that in there. Start the engine up. Get the non-reformulated gas into the carburetor, and then put it away. You only have to run it a couple minutes. If you put it away empty, you do have a chance of drying out the rubber components, gaskets, needle and seat inside there, and then you'll have carb problems come spring. So do not put it away empty.
How do we know when it's the time to do that final low cut of the season?
You know what? We're not there yet.
I know.
You know, you've got to watch the weather.
Yeah.
Like Janet was on last month with me, and we've got these warm days coming up, so the grass is going to grow, and then. But I mean, if you want to, do your last cut, where like, hey, I'm not going to do it anymore, then yeah, drop it down and do the last cut. So when it goes dormant, there's less debris then come spring.
Okay. All right, we just have a couple minutes left. Let's let Justin hit one more time the promotion that's coming up this week.
Yes, sir. So starting this week, Aaron's will have a snow thrower promotion where with a purchase of a snow thrower and accessories, you will receive an extended warranty from our industry-leading 3 years up to a 5-year warranty on that product. So best time to buy now, be prepared. Retail in spring here is very strong on there, so dealers are getting product out and getting it delivered. So when the snow does fly, we'll be ready to go.
Awesome.
Right. Yep.
Tell people where to find you. Yes. How do they get in touch?
So phone number is 414-422-9130. We're there today, 9 to 1. You can come visit Frankie and Sophie, the dogs, and come visit Jack the cat, and a couple of cats, actually, we have there. In 143rd and College, everybody knows landmarks in Wisconsin, Maddie's Bar and Grill.
Right?
Yep, we're just kitty corner.
Right across the street.
Yep, great place. So in between Janesville Road and Moreland Road on College Avenue, also known as HH.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can go to your place today and then cross the street and get lunch.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. See the Aaron snowblowers, cast iron front end, serrated augers. So when we got that wet, heavy snow, we have a Deluxe 24 at our house. I literally just let the machine do the work, and I was done in no time, 20 minutes basically. And you can park 6 cars in our driveway.
All the neighbors in around Fawn love her because she.
We open up everybody's driveway. We do
Yep,
because they've got the
neighbors
box
too.
store stuff,
Right.
and they wonder why it takes them so long.
They should
'cause
know
have
better
to-
by now.
They should. The one guy told me, I was like, "Why are you so cheap? You know you can buy a good one."
Because what do you say usually?
Buy once, cry
Yes,
once.
had to get that in.
Yeah, I know.
We got it in, and it is time to go. But thank
Yes.
you guys for coming in. We
Yes,
appreciate
good to
it.
see you again.
Ken from the National Fire Sprinkler Association on next hour. That does it for hour number 1.
This has been the Fix-It Show on WTMJ, presented by J&B Construction and Siding Unlimited. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests, and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC.
If you got a tattoo, what would it be?
What?
Do you have a nickname?
What are you reading?
A book of conversation starters?
Why?
You know, for our conversation sofa.
You mean the JYS2 conversation sofa from Penny Mustard?
That's the one. So tell me, what was the name of your imaginary friend?
The JYS2 conversation sofa has a unique curve to add dimension and ease as you sit face to face and chat with your friends.
What's your biggest fear?
And the JYS2's high-density foam cushions are so comfortable. You will want to sit and talk for hours.
What's your 11th favorite word?
All right, that's enough.
Okay, but in case you're wondering, my answers in no particular order are moose, nincompoop, tater tot, an alligator riding a unicycle, and Horatio T. Wigglebutt III.
The JYS2 conversation sofa, made in the USA and starting at $27.91 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
Hey, Wisconsin, Jim Bob Morse here. Get ready to break out the Bandito with El Bandito Yankee, the official tequila of game day. 100% blue Weber agave, award-winning, all-natural, additive-free, and the smoothest tequila Milwaukee, Madison, and Titletown has ever tasted. Get yours today at La Pina on 3rd Street or your favorite local store. Remember, you always win with the undefeated flavor of El Bandito Yankee tequila. And for events, recipes, and places for purchase, go to elbanditoyankee.com.
Do you have the greatest possible fire protection?
Fire sprinklers protect lives and property in your building.
Are you ensuring that your fire sprinkler system is receiving the proper care that it requires?
Just like the other systems within your building, it is essential that the fire sprinkler system be inspected, tested, and maintained.
Protect your investment and, most importantly, occupants and firefighters by incorporating a regular ITM program in your building.
For more information, visit nfsa.org.
That's nfsa.org. Your trusted and relevant source for news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 8 o'clock, it's 48 degrees. Saturday, we're going to see some increasing cloud coverage, and it'll be breezy with a high of 55 tonight. A chance of light rain and drizzle, and it'll be mostly cloudy with a low of 50. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Sean Brinda. A suspicious package sent to the Milwaukee Elections Commission prompted an immediate hazmat response Friday morning. The bubble wrap package was damp and emitting an unusual odor when opened. Testing by emergency crews found the liquid was harmless, and business has resumed at City Hall. Milwaukee Elections Commission Executive Director Paulina Gutierrez says the commission was set to certify the election results Friday morning.
We were certifying the election today at 4:45, but based on the timing, we're going to cancel the certification today, and we'll do it on Monday at 8 a.m. It will be noticed as soon as we can get back in the office.
The investigation as to who sent the package is still ongoing. Higher electricity bills are coming to We Energy's customers. The Wisconsin Public Service Commission has approved rate increases slightly lower than what the utility company had originally sought. Residential customers can expect a typical bill to cost $8 or $9 more per month in 2025 and between $9 and $10 more in 2026. We Energies has sought a rate hike that would amount to roughly $12 more per month. The decision comes after months of pushback from consumer advocates like Citizens Utility Board. The FBI is investigating racist text messages sent to people in more than a dozen states this week. A Milwaukee woman tells WTMJ she got one.
Arjoy Perez was shocked to see the text. It even mentioned her directly by name.
Said, "Good morning, Arjoy Perez. Our 2024 presidential-elect Donald J. Trump has scheduled you for the weekend cotton picking shift at Plantation A. Be prepared and ready to pick diligently."
Her initial thoughts? Who sent this? Why? And how'd they get her number? The Milwaukee woman says as an African-American, she's hurt and feels hopeless.
At this point in my life, I'm kind of expecting it. Like I have little to no hope for the regeneration of this country.
Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, and weather next. Signing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 8:03.
Hey, former radio wake-up guy Gene Miller here for my friends at Hometown Windows and Doors. That's Hometown with an E for your every window and door need. If that recent cold snap made you think that now is the time to replace those drafty old windows, then now is a good time to call Hometown Windows and Doors. Save heating costs now, cooling dollars down the road with energy-efficient replacement windows and doors from Hometown. Hometown offers the brands you trust like Anderson, Pella, Marvin, Softlight, and more in wood, vinyl, and fiberglass. And all of their products are installed by employee carpenters. Plus, Hometown is the area's only Pella Platinum and Marvin authorized replacement company. Hometown's dedicated consultants can guide you to the best fit and value for your home and your remodeling dollar. Stop in at their newly remodeled showroom in New Berlin and see the Hometown difference for yourself. Or call them for a no-pressure in-home consultation, 414-329-1200, or visit them at hometownwindows.com. That's Hometown with an E for your every window and door need.
If you need a place for new home interior ideas, then you have to come talk to us. Our on-staff decorators know furniture, home decor, and a lot more. And they're not only creative, but also very willing to help you make great choices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee. Stop in often because our inventory changes daily.
Design Exchange.
Previously, it has been gently loved, but here you'll only find very well-conditioned premium home decor items that you likely won't find elsewhere. Distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original art, and other tasteful home decor at a value. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor on consignment at 25 to 40% off retail prices in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Time for WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. The Milwaukee Bucks lost their 7th game of the season against the New York Knicks Friday night, 116-94. And the Marquette Golden Eagles men's basketball team beat the George Mason Patriots Friday night, 82-63. The Green Bay Packers have the week off. Taking a look at the roads, your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic. Traffic is pretty clear at this time, so you have no issue getting to where you need to go.
Traffic is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management. It's time to know the difference, and Annex Wealth Management is ready to help with investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary partner. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Saturday, we're going to see some increasing cloud coverage, and it'll be breezy with a high of 58. And then tonight, we'll see a light chance of rain and drizzle, mostly cloudy with a low of 50. Sunday, scattered showers, mostly cloudy and breezy with a high of 58. Monday, mostly sunny and mild with a high of 58. Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high of 50. Wednesday, a chance of showers and isolated storms, mostly cloudy with a high of 56. Right now in Madison, it's 44. In Green Bay, it's 35. In Waukesha, it's 42. And in Milwaukee, it's 48. I'm Sean Brinda. Signing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 8:07.
This is The Fix-It Show on WTMJ. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC. When it comes to home repairs, we could all use a guy. Well, we've got the guy, and we've got the show. For all your home improvement questions, we've got answers. This is The Fix-It Show on WTMJ. Presented by J&B Construction and Siding Unlimited. Now, here's your host, Dayton Kane and David Nason.
Welcome to hour number 2, and thank you for joining us on a beautiful Saturday. Going to be 56 and partly cloudy. Not bad for November.
See that
9th.
Sunrise?
Yeah.
Red sky in the morning.
Gorgeous. What does that mean?
Sailor take warning.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's supposed to be some storms rolling in tonight.
Yes.
So
red
be
sky
ready
at
for
night,
that.
sailor's delight. That's nice weather. Red sky in the morning, sailor take warning. So that means there's weather coming.
That red sky wouldn't be from all the fires happening on the West Coast, would it?
Not in a sunrise in the east.
No, speaking of those fires,
Right.
though, we do have to see that transition I was trying to make there?
smooth,
Yeah,
yes.
that was smooth. National Fire Sprinkler Association, Kenny Aslan in with us this morning. Good morning, sir.
Well, good morning. Thanks for having me on the air.
Yeah, thank you for being here. It's what is the month?
November.
I know, but what does it? You're here because in November.
National Fire Safety Month.
Actually, well, Fire Prevention Week is actually in October, so that's going to be the week over October 9th, and that's to commemorate the Great Chicago Fire that actually started on October 8th and burned through the night, left 100,000 people homeless. Actually, the Great Peshtigo Fire.
Bigger.
Yeah, well, there was fires all over the Midwest throughout that week. And so the Great Peshtigo Fire actually burned up into Door County. There's estimates because they don't even know how many people actually died. It could be somewhere between 1,500 and 3,000.
Wow.
There were fires in Michigan and Ohio. So they don't even really know how it all started. But the story of the Great Chicago Fire with Mrs. O'Leary and the cow. So Mrs. O'Leary, so the cow kicked over the lantern. Some of the most recent stuff, it could have been the O'Leary boys smoking behind the barn that may have started that fire.
They wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. So, so that we, during Fire Prevention Week, so actually we try to hijack the whole month and make October Fire Prevention Month. And then, of course, just because it's November doesn't mean we can't talk fire safety.
Well, we're seeing it happen on the West Coast because it's been dry, right?
Exactly, yes.
And here it's been dry. We're fortunate we don't see a lot of fires around this area normally like that.
Not forest
that
fires.
are taking over the
But
whole,
we're also coming into the holiday season where fires are a little more prevalent.
And that's what we're going to be talking about today, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and not just the holiday season, but the heating season as well, because fires do pick up during the heating season, and we always want to make sure that we are having all of our heating equipment serviced, and we want to make sure that we're safe with portable heaters and everything like that. And then, we can talk about the holidays. Want to start talking about Thanksgiving fires?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's get into it because it's coming up.
Exactly. So Thanksgiving is the #1 day for cooking fires. So on Thanksgiving Day alone, an estimated 1,160 home cooking fires were reported to U.S. fire departments in 2021, reflecting a 297% increase over the daily average.
Turkey fryers.
Turkey fryers.
That's what's causing it, right?
Well, and grills.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
we always see the siding melted on the side of the house.
Houses.
That's people who are like, whoa, they got lucky.
Yeah.
Because it just melted their siding. It didn't start the house on fire.
Yeah, and we want to make sure that, like any outdoor heating, cooking equipment, and we can talk about turkey fryers, because it was 2018 where the Racine Fire Department had a turkey fryer fire. So if you want to use a turkey fryer, make sure that it is outdoors, not inside of your detached garage, because that's frowned upon and that will burn down your garage as it did in Racine. So we want to talk about, let's say, the National Fire Protection Association. So that's the NFPA. They're the ones that are pretty much the leader in fire safety. So NFPA discourages the use of outdoor gas-fueled turkey fryers that immerse the turkey in hot oil. So according to NFPA website, NFPA continues to believe that turkey fryers that use cooking oil as currently designed are not suitable for safe use by even a well-informed and careful consumer. These turkey fryers use a substantial quantity of cooking oil at high temperatures, and units currently available for home use pose a significant danger that hot oil will be released at some point during the cooking process. In addition, the burners that heat the oil can ignite the spilled oil. The use of turkey fryers by consumers can lead to devastating burns, other injuries, and the destruction of property. NFPA urges those who prefer fried turkey to seek out professional establishments such as grocery stores, specialty food retailers, and restaurants for the preparation of the dish, or consider a new type of oilless turkey fryer.
I just think of all the videos you see online now of turkey frying gone bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so many. It's not worth it.
Right.
It's not worth it.
I just picture, in order to even try to do it safe, you got to be dressed up like the gas man in a NASCAR pit crew. You literally got to have all that kind of, the silver coat on and everything. But yeah, you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, the Boise Fire Department did a really great job. So Fire Marshal Romeo Gervais, it's on YouTube for those of you that want to watch it. They did everything wrong. So they set it up on pallets that were not level. They overfilled the turkey. They put in a frozen turkey and showed how devastating these results can end up. So if you're on YouTube, make sure to check that video out so you know what not to do when you're cooking with a turkey fryer.
YouTube's not always for what to do. Sometimes
mostly for what not to do. All right, Kenny's with us all this hour from the National Fire Sprinkler Association. If you have questions about what's going on when it comes to fire and possible damage around your home, now's the time to call 855-616-1620. It is a Fix It Show on WTMJ.
When we're out in your town, come say hi to us as we broadcast live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
Anytime you hear us when we're out on the road, you can find us live from our brand new mobile studio.
Whether it be Summerfest, EAA, Opening Day, Air and Water Show,
wherever we may be, you can see us on the radio, live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
WTMJ.
A well-placed mirror can be a decorator's best friend. And what I like best about adding a decorative mirror to a room is its ability to give it a bright, open feeling. It makes the most of a room's natural light, and that can give a real boost to your room's decor. So here are a few decorative mirror ideas that we can help you with. Say you have windows with a pretty view. Well, why not double your pleasure? Placing a large frame mirror directly across from a window that gets good light will give you great views from either side. Give your small apartment more space than meets the eye with a full wall mirror placed into a partially recessed wall. All you have to do is slide a chest or banquet in front of it, and the effect is subtle but very glamorous. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
This is the sound of a door opening. But not just any door. The door to more care options, leading-edge treatments, first-ever technologies, medical breakthroughs. Because when you're really sick and running out of pathways, opening a new door to more possibilities means everything. Welcome to the all-new East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
When it's time for an Aaron snowblower, buying local is important. Purchasing one from Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment means you're well taken care of after the sale. The Olson's knowledgeable staff handles the warranty and parts, can answer all of your questions, and is available to do tune-ups and repairs. Check out the impressive line of Aaron snowblowers on display at the Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment showroom in Muskego. Aaron's is offering an instant in-store rebate and 2-year extended warranty. Check it out at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment in Muskego.
WTMJ's John Mercure here for my friends at Dave Dracamp Heating. Raking leaves, wearing layers, apple picking, splitting firewood, football. It's all essential to getting the true fall experience in Wisconsin. But the most important thing, making sure your furnace is ready for the long, cold winter ahead. That's why my family has always chosen Dave Dracamp to maintain our home comfort. We trust these guys. They're people who truly care about your comfort. They're not out to sell you a new furnace. It's why I and so many others rave about their customer service. Dave Dracamp's experts honestly assess your situation, whether you need to repair, simply maintain, or possibly replace. Dave Dracamp Heating gives you peace of mind and respects your hard-earned money. For all these reasons, their technicians remain in high demand, so don't wait any longer. Get on the schedule now so you don't get that jarring shock of a freezing home in the middle of the winter. Visit DaveDragecamp.com. Dave Dracamp Heating. Your comfort is their family's tradition. Just Google it. DaveDragecamp.com. I trust Dragecamp.
Get her done. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Nate in for Isaac today, burning down the house playing in the background as we talk to Kenny Aslin from the National Fire Sprinkler Association. A little tongue-in-cheek music behind us as we come in, but this isn't funny, the stuff that we're talking about here. So tell us a little bit about what the NFSA does.
So the National Fire Sprinkler Association has they're involved with a lot of training for fire sprinklers. They're heavily involved with all the sprinkler contractors and do a lot of training for let's say, people like myself. So I am a captain with the West Bend Fire Department in charge of fire prevention. So Marty King from the National Fire Sprinkler Association, he and I work together on a lot of like topics and stuff like that for training and prevention and just trying to promote fire sprinklers. Just because fire sprinklers, they do get a little expensive, but they are probably the best fire protection tool out there. So the NFSA does its best to try to promote fire sprinklers, the use of fire sprinklers, trying to make them available in the codes. Because like, let's say if you build certain buildings, depending on the size of the building, will determine if you need a fire sprinkler system in the building or not. Let's say home fire sprinklers. and the NFSA is a big promoter of home fire sprinklers. But in Wisconsin, there aren't very many single-family homes or two-family homes that are built with fire sprinklers in them. So trying to promote fire sprinklers and making sure you get a embracement of fire sprinklers by the general population.
Right. Yeah, they're working their way into the codes out east, but more so than here. But Marty usually comes to like the Home and Garden show or the MBA show. They'll have a booth there, and he's got like a, what do you call it, a virtual reality kind of goggles where you can see what like you're actually in a fire in a living room and in a house that doesn't have sprinklers, and how quickly everything just poof, it's in flames. And then they show the same room if it had sprinklers and how quickly the sprinklers put the fire out. It's amazing.
Yeah, and that video is available on YouTube, and it's also available on the Home Fire Sprinkler Coalition website. So
excellent.
Yeah, and that I actually use that video a lot in training when I'm doing fire prevention presentations in the West Bend area. And the nice part about that is it does show how quickly a fire can get away. Actually, I do use it for my juvenile fire setter interventions because kids, when they're playing with fire, have no idea how quickly a fire can get away from you. So that there's two parts to that video. The first part is about 2 minutes long, showing how quickly a fire sprinkler can activate and put out a small fire. And then the next 4 minutes shows how quickly that fire can get away from you and completely burn up a room in a very short period of time.
And make their room basically, unbreathable. You can't breathe in that room.
Exactly, because not only is there hot smoke and gases, but in those gases is carbon monoxide. So you have an oxygen-deficient atmosphere, carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. And we'll talk about that actually a little bit later when we talk about Carbon Monoxide Awareness Month. And so your best air is on the floor, closest to the floor, because the smoke and the bad gases are going to rise. And very quickly you can be overcome by smoke and that oxygen-deficient atmosphere. And that's why, like, let's say when firefighters do rescues, we often find people right near the door because they can't breathe, they can't think, because that carbon monoxide that gets in their bloodstream is not feeding oxygen to the brain. You lose your fine motor skills. So they know they need to get out, but they're trying to reach for the door, but they cannot operate the door handle and then quickly collapse behind that door. So when firefighters are making rescues, that's why we often find people behind the door, because they were trying to get out, they just couldn't get there.
855-616-1620, the WTMJ Talk and Text line. Kenny is with us all this hour from the National Fire Sprinkler Association. Get your calls and texts in, questions that you have when it comes to fire safety. We'll be right back. It is a Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
And that's the best thing about Capital's Furnace Beyondification.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Hey, Merle, what you got? What's this? A screenplay?
Let me see this. Captain Capital, Heat and Air Hero.
That's so awesome, Merle.
Hang on. I've been writing a screenplay like this.
For years.
It's an epic, and it's Capital Man, not Captain Capital. Yes, of course he restores your furnace to like new condition.
Says here, Captain Capital has a deep clean device.
Aha! Capital Man deep cleans your system with his laser beam hands.
What?
I'm developing a sidekick. He always does the comprehensive safety checks. You wrote yourself in as the sidekick?
As long as it gets across how Capital's furnace beyondification saves the day.
And how you want to do it before winter hits.
Well, that's the whole point.
That's what I'm saying.
Then it's great.
Laura, Seth, I need a moment with Merle, please.
Schedule your furnace beyondification today at callcapitalcares.com.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. With shorter days in the forecast, brighten up now with top quality lighting and ceiling fans at unbeatable prices. At our award-winning showroom, you'll see our new display of Visual Comfort brand lighting along with their newest LED lights and ceiling fans. We carry every major brand, and our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. BBC is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturdays from 10 to 4. We're located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's and Bachman Furniture, all near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Is outdoor living limited at your place? Well, imagine a deck, a patio, pergola, fire pit, maybe even an outdoor kitchen in your yard. Outdoor Living Unlimited is a local, family-owned company that consults, designs, and builds these things. They're the best. Let them make Outdoor Living Unlimited in your yard like they did in ours. We are Wisconsin. We live outdoors as much as possible. Make the most of it with help from Outdoor Living Unlimited. See OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, cold tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park.
Dayton and David. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Veterans Day coming up on Monday. Thank you to all you veterans out there who served in the military. We appreciate the work that you did for us there. Fire blanket comment here from Jim in Lannon. Good morning, Jim. What you got for us?
Well, good morning. Happy Saturday.
Yes, happy Saturday.
I have a sump pump question, but I wanted to interject that a few months ago I watched a video on Facebook about fire blankets, and I felt so compelled after watching the video that I bought my wife and I one, and one for each of our kids. Of course, I hope we never have to use them. And are they as effective as they seem to be within the parameters they're used in?
So I get this question a lot, and I have not yet had a chance to actually test them. I actually do have one. I got one as a gift from my in-laws. And so we are going to be testing them. We're actually working with Fire Suppression Solutions in Slinger, and we will be testing those out. I would think they work, but my only reservations about the fire blanket would be, like, let's say if you're putting one of the small ones and you're trying to put out a grease fire, you have to reach over the pan to be able to put that on there. If you miss, then if you overshoot it, you could splash some grease your way. So we always recommend like the lid for the pan, or a cookie sheet, or baking soda, or a fire extinguisher. Again, I can't say if they do work or not, and I don't know if they have a UL listing. So we want to make sure anything we buy has an Underwriters Laboratories listing or third-party testing listing. So I can't make a recommendation for or against it, but we will be testing those out sometime this spring with Fire Suppression Solutions. So look for that one. We'll probably have TMJ4 being able to cover that story once we do that, and we'll have an answer for you sometime either probably early spring to see if those actually, how well they work and if they actually do work.
Excellent.
Okay.
And what's your sump pump question, quick, Jim?
Yeah. Well, quick, we moved into a new build condo 3 years ago and have a sump pump that has never run. So about every 6 months, I go down there. We had a remediation system put in. But about every 6 months, I go down and pour a bunch of water in just to make sure it's working. I did that yesterday, and the pump pumps, but no water is ejected out of the outside.
Huh. You can see the termination of the pipe outside, and there's no...
Yeah, nothing coming out.
So this might sound like a really dumb question. Were you downstairs making the pump work when the water was pumping out, or did you have somebody outside watching?
Well, I actually sat down. No, I didn't have somebody outside. I usually have my wife looking, but I could see it swirling around in the crock, but the level wasn't going down. So I thought, well, that's odd. So I went outside, and there was no evidence of any water on the ground. I stuck my finger into the pipe. Totally dry.
Okay. Does the ejection pipe have a backflow valve on it? You know,
You mean
so
a
when the
check
pump
valve, or?
so when the pump pumps and it pushes the water up through the pipe, usually there's a backflow valve so the water can't come back down in there.
Yes.
So I'm
it
wondering,
does have that.
did you put enough water in the crock to actually fill the pipe so that it actually gets out, or is that pipe above the backflow valve just full of water and it's not actually getting all the way out?
Yeah, I put in, I don't know, I probably put in 10 gallons.
Oh,
and
okay.
it swirls around.
Well,
I can see through the little hole in the top of the cap.
So it's swirling around, but the level, is the level going down in the crock?
It's not going down at all.
Okay, then the pump's not working.
Yeah.
I always kind of make the joke when I'm doing an inspection, you can test some pumps by plugging them in somehow, and if there's no water in it, I kind of say, well, I can make noise too, but I'm not pumping any water. I can make the sound of a pump, but if it's not actually lowering the level, there's something wrong with the pump. Sounds like you need a new pump.
A new pump. It's brand new, never been used.
Well,
but I did notice
sometimes the issue is that they can dry out. All the seals will dry out, and then the impeller's not working. It's cracked or something. So that's a good idea. You bring up a good point. That should be done more frequently. People who have some crocks that don't fill with water because you just have really good drainage around your house, you really should fill your crock.
You bring up a good point too, because when I looked through the hole before I put the water in, it was totally dry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm jealous of that
So
situation because I have the opposite where mine's just running
a lot of
all
people
the time.
do.
So.
Yeah.
All right, Jim,
So
thank you
maybe
for
it's a new
calling and
pump.
thanks
Okay,
for listening.
Thank you for your
Appreciate it.
Have a great weekend. 855-616-1620. What's the website people can go to, Kenny, that's a good resource when it comes to fire prevention and fire stuff?
So you can go to the National Fire Protection Association website, nfpa.org. That'll have all sorts of available resources to show anything for fire safety. So everything from holiday safety to cooking with grills to just general cooking safety, anything that can start a fire. So, let's take the top 5 causes of fire. So, let's say...
When we come back, we do have to jump over the news. So when we come back, that's what we'll be talking about. So don't go anywhere. It is the Fix It Show. We go over to Sean and Brenda in the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Good morning, Sean.
Morning, Dayton. How are you?
Good. How are you?
All right. Fine. So a boat that's been stranded at McKinley Beach for almost a month is still waiting to be moved. Getting an excavation crew to remove the boat from the beach has proven difficult due to rough waters on Lake Michigan. U.S. Coast Guard officials say the risk of pollution is low because the vehicle has no fuel. They remind people to keep away from the boat for public safety reasons. Spending the next 30 years in prison for repeated sexual assault of a child, Spencer Markham of Janesville pled guilty to 3 charges of assaulting his child, grandchild, and a family friend over the span of 30 years. Each victim says the assaults were used as a form of punishment, which happened to each over the course of years. Markham will have 10 years of extended supervision and register as a sex offender. All right, take a look at your roads. Your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. Right now, there is no traffic on the roads at this time, so you should be good to wherever you need to be going.
Traffic is sponsored by the amazing Mineshaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford.
The successful Mineshaft Restaurant in Hartford is hiring positive, professional servers, bartenders, and pizza cooks. You'll make real cash. Inquire today, start next week. MineshaftRestaurant.com.
All right, taking a look at your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Saturday, increasing cloud coverage. Tonight, chance of rain and drizzle with a low of 50. Sunday, scattered showers, mostly cloudy and breezy with a high of 58. Monday, mostly sunny and mild with a high of 58. Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high of 50. And Wednesday, there's a chance of showers and isolated storms, mostly cloudy with a high of 56. Right now in Palmyra, it's 43. In Sheboygan, it's 49. And in Milwaukee, it's 48. I'm Sean Brinda, Sign Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 8:32.
As you age, you start noticing pain in your joints that didn't used to be there. But you don't have to live in pain. When joint pain becomes a reality, schedule your free pain evaluation with Rejuvenex. We'll find where your pain lives and inject powerful, FDA-approved medicines that reduce inflammation and pain, while improving mobility in hips, shoulders, elbows, and knees, with some patients experiencing relief for greater than 2 years before repeating the process. while treatments like stem cells can cost close to $10,000 per joint. At Rejuvenex, the cost for your injection can be as low as $65, and almost all major insurance plans cover our treatments, so you may not have to pay anything at all. Call us now to schedule your free pain evaluation, because I'm pretty sure we can help you. This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Clinics, where we can alleviate your pain and rejuvenate your life. Go to rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
Have you seen them yet?
Seen what?
4 different ways to say I love you.
I'd love to see those. Show me the list.
What list?
The list of 4 different ways to say I love you.
Let's start over.
Where are you going, Monica?
I'm going to get the 4 different ways to say I love you.
Sarah, imagine a box of assorted chocolates.
Okay.
When you open the lid, what do you see?
I see a guy sitting on a park bench saying, life is like a box of chocolates.
But what are the shapes of the chocolates?
There are 4 different shapes.
Here they are.
Those are gorgeous.
4 diamond pendants covered in diamonds.
Almost like they were dipped in diamonds.
And each diamond was created inside a miniature star.
But you'd have to be rich to afford one of these.
Choose the diamond pendant you like best. $148.
I love Kessler's.
Everyone loves Kessler's.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
One's a certified home inspector. The other's just certifiable. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Love that one. I'm Dayton Kane, David Nason here as well. You can find the Fix It Show podcast on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast. We have Kenny here from the National Fire Sprinkler Association on with us, and we have a call at 855-616-1620. Let's go to Marianne in Waukesha. Good morning. What's your question?
Hi. My question is about power tool lithium batteries. And do you have any experience with fires caused by them?
Oh, yeah.
And how would a sprinkler system affect this type of fire? And can regular fire extinguishers be used on lithium fires?
Oh, good question.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, and this is becoming a bigger problem because we're using lithium-ion batteries in everything now. The biggest problems are the ones that are not UL or third-party tested, so the stuff that's coming out of China, so like the e-bikes and the e-scooters. Matter of fact, in New York City, it is illegal to charge an e-bike or an e-scooter in a multifamily residential occupancy because they have had so many fires and so many fire deaths that it's these untested, not to a standard built batteries that are really causing the problem. But then again, any lithium battery can cause a problem. So,
but I'm probably pretty confident that my Milwaukee tools and those batteries are pretty good.
Yes, because those are UL or third-party tested. But if they do have damage, so the way these lithium-ion batteries are put together, there's a layer of lithium surrounded by a layer of something else and another layer of lithium. And what happens is when these batteries get damaged, then those two layers get in contact with each other. And lithium being a combustible metal, it actually burns really hot and really fast. So you end up with this thermal runaway because it just keeps getting hotter and hotter and hotter. So one of the things as far as putting them out, they need a smaller battery, so they need a lot of water because they do produce a lot of heat. So I think one of the questions was a sprinkler system, if they can put it out. And I think it was Fort Wayne, Indiana, that just had a sprinkler save it was either an e-bike or an e-scooter that was stored in a storage closet, and it started on fire, and the sprinkler system did eventually put it out. But then again, that's just a smaller battery, but it's going to take a lot of water to put those fires out because when those layers get in touch with each other, you really have to either really cool it down or because let's say in the fire triangle, you're going to take away the heat. In the fire tetrahedron, you're going to take away the chemical chain reaction. So there are some products out there that do inhibit the chemical chain reaction. And we are trying to make sure that we use those products. And so actually Fire Suppression Solutions is working on that right now. They've got a number of products that have proven to put out those fires, but they're not yet tested. So we're working on that with them. And actually, if you go to the Fire Safety Research Institute, or FSRI's website. So that is, I believe it's batteryfiresafety.org. I'm sorry, it's batteryfiresafety.org, and you will get a number of safety tips for those lithium-ion batteries. So, but the FSRI actually has the CHARGE acronym. So C is for Choose Certified Products, and I'm going to harp on that again and again. It has to be UL or third-party tested to make sure those products are certified, because they're built to a standard that is meant for safety. The H stands for Handle lithium-ion battery devices with care, because again, if they get damaged and you end up with those two layers coming in contact with each other, you're going to get that thermal runaway. A is for Always Stay Alert for warning signs. So that would be like swelling or punctures, hissing or popping sounds, excessive heat or a strange odor, or batteries that are smoking. R, recycle devices and batteries properly. So I haven't seen the numbers on this yet, but we were just talking about this last week at the fire station. And we have seen an increase in garbage truck fires and at the West Bend transfer station. The West Bend transfer station, where the garbage gets dumped off, actually has like thermal cameras. It's actually kind of interesting. So they know what, they don't call us for every fire, but they can watch it happen. And a lot of these are from people who have thrown away the lithium-ion batteries and didn't recycle them properly. So garbage trucks that catch on fire with their loads, they actually have to dump the whole load, and then the firefighters have to go through and put the fire out and then sort through to see what the cause was. And in a number of instances that I've seen, again, this is just anecdotal evidence, not anything that I've looked for actual statistics yet, but a lot of times you'll see it on the Facebook pages of all these fire departments, where we find a lithium-ion battery that was the cause of that fire.
So they don't need to be in a charger or plugged in to cause a fire.
No.
You can just be sitting in just...
And like, let's say when we charge them, we want to not charge those lithium-ion batteries when we're not able to be in view of those batteries, because if you look at, again, going back to YouTube, there are a number of instances where cameras that are in people's homes have caught those fires. And you see how hot and fast they do burn.
You say that though, but lifestyle just doesn't lend to that. I've got all these power tools right in my shed, and my batteries are charging in my shed.
Yeah, I see them in workshops, garages, plugged in and charging and everything. But that's really actually not good for them, is it? To be constantly charging?
Right, and that's why you want to make sure as soon as they are done charging to take them off that charger.
Right. But you're right.
I would say 99% of people aren't doing that.
Right.
I don't. Now I need.
I do.
Now I need to.
Yeah.
Like I said, every week on this show, I learn something I need to do when I go home.
Yeah.
And this is one of those.
Right. Yeah. And then
will a regular fire extinguisher put out a lithium battery fire?
I think in some instances, but not all instances. Because what happens is that powder. So the powder is called monoammonium phosphate, and again, we're talking about inhibiting that chemical chain reaction. Yeah. So if a fire extinguisher, if you put it on the fire itself, it has to get in that battery and between those layers. So if it doesn't quite get in those layers, then you're not going to put out that fire, because you're not going to inhibit that chemical chain reaction. Okay. And then we with that take charge acronym, so G is get out quickly if there is a fire, because again, these are burning really hot, really fast. You don't have a lot of time to get out if these things start on fire. E is educate others on battery safety. So make sure to go to that batteryfiresafety.org website. The UL Fire Safety Research Institute has a great handout flyer for this thing, and you can talk about it. So when you're really bored at a party and you want to talk about fire safety, break out the Take Charge acronym and make sure to educate all your family and friends, about battery fire safety.
Man, we got a lot of texts. We're going to try to get through these. Great questions coming in. We have Kenny from the National Fire Sprinkler Association on this hour. Thank you for listening to The Fix It Show on WTMJ.
Get everything for your next project today at Menards and save big money. Right now, all stock outlets with USB charging ports are on sale. Ditch the need for bulky USB adapters. Upgrade your home with features like ultra-fast charging, allowing you to charge your smart devices up to 40% faster than standard USB outlets. View our weekly flyer on Menards.com and check out all the great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. Numbness, tingling in the hands, arms, legs, feet. Time to go see Dr. Alex Young and my team at Connect Chiropractic. Regular chiropractic care can bring life-changing results for folks who suffer from neuropathy and fibromyalgia, nervous system issues that can be corrected. And no worries about twisting, cracking, or popping. The docs at Connect Chiro use all the same method, a special tool that is pain-free and effective for your adjustments. Visit them in Delafield and Wauwatosa or get started online at GoConnectChiro.com.
When it's time for an Aaron snowblower, buying local is important. Purchasing one from Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment means you're well taken care of after the sale. The Olson's knowledgeable staff handles the warranty and parts, can answer all of your questions, and is available to do tune-ups and repairs. Check out the impressive line of Aaron snowblowers on display at the Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment showroom in Muskego. Aaron's is offering an instant in-store rebate and 2-year extended warranty. Check it out at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment in Muskego.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service. It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey, riding with you every mile since 1977.
Treat your valuable employees to a company holiday party at the historic Fox & Hounds restaurant. When you buy one dinner, you get one free, so half your employees' dinners are free, saving your company hundreds of dollars. Visit foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. That's foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
I am trying to spread the word. Elders do not have to lose everything at the end of life paying for nursing care or assisted living.
Dan Kraus from Kraus Estate Planning and Elder Law Center.
If you have assets over $150,000, it often makes sense to work with an experienced elder law attorney to save as much as possible from the devastating cost of nursing care for your security, for your family.
Contact Dan at Kraus Estate Planning and Elder Law Center today. SaveMomsAssets.com.
This is Jeff Johnson.
And I'm Jason Johnson.
And together we're part of Johnson & Sons Paving.
Get your parking lot ready now for spring and avoid paying for extra repairs later on.
We'll come out to your property and walk it with you.
Potholes, damaged asphalt, damaged concrete, standing water, you name it. We'll talk to you about your options and fix it.
Plan a budget, set up an overall schedule with Johnson & Sons Paving.
It's all about doing it right the first time. Call us today to schedule a walkthrough and free estimate.
JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
We may not solve the world's problems, but maybe we can help solve some of your homes. It's the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane, David Nason here. Thank you for joining us. We have Kenny from the National Fire Sprinkler Association on this hour. A lot of calls and texts coming in. We appreciate that, and we thank you for listening. Let's talk about the five most probable things that are causing fires in our area here.
Yeah, so statistically, according to the NFPA statistics, firefighters, when they're filling out a report, it's called the NIFRS report, the National Fire Incident Reporting System, and that goes to the U.S. Fire Administration. NFPA sorts through those statistics and comes up with these kind of things that I can go out and tell people about. So our top 5 causes of fire in order are cooking, heating, electrical, smoking, and candles. So when we're talking about
candles being number 1 or the cooking being number 1?
Cooking being number 1.
All right.
Yeah, cooking is number 1.
Gotcha.
So cooking is the number 1 cause of house fires. Unattended cooking is the number 1 cause of cooking fires. So we always tell people, watch what you heat or keep an eye on what you fry. So let's say for cooking, we want to make sure that we are keeping the stovetop clear, turning handles inward, and for grease fires, making sure we have a lid for the pan, a cooking sheet, a fire extinguisher, or baking soda. So a lot of these fires, Greenfield had a sprinkler save that started out as a grease fire because the person grabbed the pan off of the stove and threw it in the sink, started water, splashed the grease all over. Remember, grease and water do not mix. Yeah.
Yes.
So enough water will eventually put out a grease fire, as indicated in the sprinkler save. But you don't want to put water on that grease fire. I'm just going to repeat it all again because this happens way too many times. I can't tell you how many times the stuff comes across my desk and through my computer as far as grease fires. So again, you want to have a lid for that pan. You want to have a cookie sheet if you don't have a lid for the pan. Have a fire extinguisher available or baking soda. And then again, we'll talk about those fire blankets, whether or not they work or not. I have no reason to believe they don't. But again, I just have my reservations because I haven't tested it and I don't know if they are UL or third-party tested.
Okay.
And then as we come into the heating season, so fires really pick up and fire deaths also pick up. So right now in Wisconsin, we're at 39 civilian home fire deaths for the year. That's going to pick up through the heating season again. So we're probably going to be upwards of 50 by the end of the year just because of unfixed heating equipment or electrical equipment. So heating
fireplaces, does that have any play in that?
We want to make sure that our fireplaces and the chimneys are cleaned once a year. So actually, the week before Fire Prevention Week is actually National Chimney Safety Week.
Yeah, you should have a level 2 inspection where they run a camera up your chimney.
Yeah, exactly. So you want to make sure to have that chimney. It doesn't always have to be clean, but it should be inspected every year.
Right.
And so, between fireplace fires, just heating equipment in general. So let's say we want to make sure if you have a portable heater, make sure it's plugged directly into its own outlet.
Not an extension cord.
Yeah, don't use an extension cord. Don't use a power strip. Power strips are only meant for small equipment like computers and that sort of stuff. Have a 3-foot clearance around the heat sources, and the space heater should be on a level surface. Number 3 is electrical. So again, plugging all of those major appliances into their own outlets, as well as small appliances. So any heat-producing appliance, such as coffee makers, roasters, air fryers, microwave ovens, should be plugged directly into their own outlet, not a splitter, not anything like that. It needs to be plugged directly into its own outlet.
Also, when your air fryer, if you read the directions, there's supposed to be a radius around it that's clear.
Exactly.
Like, don't leave everything stacked right next to it and use your air fryer.
Your roll of paper towels there.
Right.
Yeah, and it happens
underneath
more
your wood cabinets.
Right, and it happens more often than not because we have done such a great job. So, let's say the building industry, the home inspectors, the firefighters, and everything like that have done such a great job at educating the public and engineering out a lot of those dangers that people aren't thinking about it. So then all of these very preventable fires are because of stuff like this that we have to go out and remind people to not do these things.
Yeah.
And then smoking is number 4. So we want to make sure to discard smoking materials in non-combustible containers. I can't tell you how many times we have gone, and again, luckily these are pretty small fires, but people like using a plastic Folgers can, even though it's got a little sand in it. We got to make sure that we're putting out that cigarette butt before we're putting it in the plastic can.
The best part of waking up is cigarette butts.
Exactly, right. And but the thing is, I think that in general, again, people do think that, hey, it's not going to happen to me. So we have to make sure that we're thinking about if you have something with heat and something that's combustible or flammable, to not put those two things together. And then smoking on home oxygen is a huge issue.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I didn't realize. So I didn't know how big of an issue this actually was because, so I've been in the fire service 36 years and I have only had one, and I wasn't even on this fire. This was shortly after I got in the Fire Prevention Bureau in West Bend, and we had one. And the only reason we found out about it was a side-by-side condo, and the lady had a residential fire alarm system. It was like 3 a.m. Again, I give her props because she had a brandy old fashioned sitting right next to her. I'm hoping it was Corbel because that's the only way
Wisconsin.
to go. Yeah. And sitting in her wheelchair, smoking, drops the cigarette on the extension tubing, starts on fire. She's trying to put it out with her feet. So she had burns. Didn't have burns on her feet, but she had black marks on her stockings. And she's lucky she didn't get hurt. She's lucky she didn't burn down her house. So we're actually working with the International Association of Fire Chiefs, the International Association of Firefighters, the American Burn Association to really try to help promote the cessation of smoking while on home oxygen. And if you are on home oxygen and you will not give up your smoking, we do have some thermal fuses available. So these are made by BPR Medical and distributed by Sunset Healthcare. And they are distributing what they do is they determine a change in pressure, and these things pop open and stop the flow of oxygen. Now, the tubing's still going to burn because it is still made of plastic, but it's not going to burn as intense because that oxygen isn't flowing.
Got it. All right. We need to take a final break. When we come back, our last segment with Kenny from the National Fire Sprinkler Association. Thank you for listening to the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
Think you're smarter than the people you hear on the radio? Well, time to prove it with our Trivia Showdown. Brought to you by Quizmaster. Go head-to-head with WTMJ personalities in trivia competition. Check WTMJ.com or text trivia to the WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620 for a list of dates and locations of our next Trivia Showdown. Benefiting Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive. Only here on WTMJ.
Dreaming of a home renovation? J&J Contractors has been turning houses into dreams for over 40 years. From stunning kitchens and luxurious bathrooms to finished lower levels, they handle complete renovations that elevate your space. And don't forget about the outside. J&J Contractors specialize in roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Schedule your free consultation today. Just Google J&J Contractors or call 414-423-9200. J&J Contractors. Welcome home.
Call quality for the signature service you deserve. We get it right. We're a family business, taking care of families like yours. And you can trust our professional people to get it right. Call quality for the signature service you deserve. For the signature service you deserve.
Quality, now offering heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here. Yeah, those sappy Christmas movies are already on TV, so it's time you start thinking about decorating your home or business with some holiday cheer. But you don't have to be the ones who do it. The folks at David J. Frank Landscape have a great holiday warehouse. Let them design something specifically for you. David J. Frank, they'll deal with the ladders and the strings of tangled lights. And here's the best part. They'll take it all down, too, in January. DavidJFrank.com. Here's the website again, DavidJFrank.com.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, cold tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park.
Are you waiting for a miracle to feel financially secure in retirement? In a recent study, over a third of millionaires predicted their ability to feel financially secure in retirement is going to take a miracle. At Annex Wealth Management, we believe a plan, not a miracle, will help increase your retirement confidence. Annex Wealth Management listens. Then, our team of experts gets to work using leading-edge technology to build a comprehensive plan that covers investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. We stress test it, run it through countless variables. Then, and only then, we present a framework for a financial plan tailored to your goals in retirement. And unlike our competitors, Annex doesn't have any products to push. No hidden fees or commissions. There's too much of that out there already. We're a fee-only fiduciary, required to act in your best interest at all times. More planning, fewer miracles. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Build confidence in your future with Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference. AnnexWealth.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Making it a great Fix-It day. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Sponsored every week by Siding Unlimited and J&B Construction. Dayton Kane and David Nason here, our last segment with Kenny Aslan from the National Fire Sprinkler Association. You're here because it is Carbon Monoxide Awareness Month. So what should we know about that?
Yeah, so November is National Carbon Monoxide Awareness Month. That's sponsored by the National Carbon Monoxide Awareness Association. So that's www.ncoaa.us. So carbon monoxide, normally when something burns, it's, so we want to make sure that we don't have carbon monoxide problems in our home, and we want to make sure we have carbon monoxide alarms in our home. I always recommend a plug-in model with a 10-year battery backup and a digital display. The reason I recommend the digital display is because carbon monoxide alarms don't activate until 70 parts per million. And that's to avoid nuisance alarms, but young children, small pets can still get sick at lower levels.
And you should have one on every level of the home.
Exactly. You want to have one on every level of the home. It doesn't really matter where it's plugged in because carbon monoxide is just slightly lighter than air, so it will disperse throughout the entire space.
So, Kenny, where do people get all of this information and find you? Because we have a lot of questions we didn't get answered today.
Yeah, so again, like the National Fire Protection Association, NFPA.org. You can go to the U.S. Fire Administration website. There's a lot of great resources there. Or if you want to tune in to The Fireman Kenny Show, I'm available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I've only got about 9 listeners, so if you want to...
Might have many more now.
Yeah, I'm hoping to double that because, again, like the Fireman Kenny Show, so KMG 365, Fireman Kenny's on the air, helping you to stay safe in a world where danger never takes a vacation. So we want to make sure that I try to get out as many messages as possible. There's a lot of awareness campaigns throughout the year, so I try to make sure to cover all those campaigns throughout the year.
Right. Awesome to have you on the show. Fast hour.
We needed another hour.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we needed a whole nother hour.
And the biggest thing is hopefully there's some behavior changes and people listening and knowing that it can happen to you. So making sure that you are taking every chance you can to be safe in your home.
All right. Fox World Travel Show's coming up next. We'll see you next week.
Weekend. Yep.
This has been the Fix-It Show on WTMJ, presented by J&B Construction and Siding Unlimited. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests, and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC.
Your home can be more maintenance-free when you rely on J&B.
This is Tom Feza. When I have a roofing question, I contact Scott Klein, owner of J&B Construction, provider of high-quality exterior